This week, learn how you can kick the tires on some new features with the MetPy 1.0 release candidate number 2. We'll show you how to install it and what you can expect. Welcome to another MetPy Monday. Hello, I'm John Lehman, a software engineer for Unidata. This week, I want to show you the MetPy Release Candidate 2 install process. Installing a release candidate is a little bit different than your normal installation of MetPy, but it gives you a chance to try out some of the new features of MetPy 1 before 1.0 has actually been released. So if you go to the MetPy GitHub page, which is github.com/unidata/MetPy, and click on the Releases section. Here you can see that the 1.0 Release Candidate 2 was only released a few days ago. And it says that this log only mentions changes since Release Candidate 1. You can scroll further back in the history and find Release Candidate 1 and see all of the changes that have been implemented in 1 and then read what's in 2 as well. One of the big changes is that dim order is now gone in all functions. It's either going to use the metadata for the data array that you're passing or assume a dimension order of YX. There have been a few deprecated items that have been removed, and you've been seeing warnings for those in different versions of MetPy. And there's also been some reorder of function arguments. So these API changes are things that you're going to need to update in your code, but are not very hard to make in most cases. In fact, installing a release candidate and running your code against it is a great way to see if when 1.0 comes out you're going to run into any issues. One of the more important ones is that pressure, temperature, moisture has now been standardized across the rest of the library, and there's a list here of the functions that were affected. Also of note, using the % character in a unit, instead of having to type %, you can actually just assign the % symbol as a unit now. Looking at Release Candidate 2, there are a few minor API changes and some changes down here that we've highlighted in terms of fixing things for CAPE calculations, adding some projections, and some other miscellaneous changes. So if you want to try this out, which as I mentioned is a great way to make sure your code works, or maybe you really want some of these new features, it's relatively simple. So I've got my Anaconda prompt up here, or just terminal if you're on a Mac or Linux machine. First, of course, I'm going to activate the environment that I want to use. So I'm going to activate my Unidata environment. And if you already have MetPy installed, you can uninstall it. If it's installed with Conda, you can Conda uninstall MetPy. Or if it was installed with pip, similarly, you can pip uninstall MetPy. All right, so how do we get the release candidate? Well, we're going to pip install, and it's not available in the Conda Forge channels, -- pre for pre-release, and then MetPy. So we go out and we download the actual release candidate and update any dependencies that are needed. In this case, you'll see most of the requirements are already satisfied. And you should see the message, successfully installed MetPy 1.0.0 RC2 for release candidate 2. Now if I do a Conda list to see what all is in my environment currently, and we scroll up, we see MetPy 1.0.0 RC2, and it was installed from the Python package index, or PyPI, not Conda Forge or the normal Conda channels. So that's really all there is to installing a release candidate. As you can see, it's not hard, and making a separate environment to test your code out in is worth a few minutes. It's also worth going through and reading these notes. A decent amount of work is put into creating these notes that mention the closed issues and the pull requests that were associated with that issue being closed. So for example, if you've had issues using masked arrays and CAPE calculations before, you'll probably be excited to see that issue 1 496 surface base Cape Sin fails with masked arrays has been closed. If you want to know what caused that, you could click on the pull request and see the code changes. So reading these takes just a few minutes, but it gives you many ideas on what some of the new capabilities are and what might work that has not worked for you before. We're really excited about MetPy 1.0 and really would like you to try out the release candidate. See how it works, see if you run into any issues. We always, of course, want to hear from you, and there are many support channels down in the description of this video on how to get a hold of Unidata support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on next week's MetPy Monday.